Good morning, students. We are again back with Geography first semester lessons for standard ninth. In Geography, we are going to deal with the fourth lesson, that is the exogenetic process, part 2. First, we have dealt with endogenetic process. In endogenetic process, it was related to the internal movements which took place and which caused destruction. Then we started learning the exogenetic process. In the first part, we have learned about exogenetic process, that is oxidation, biological weathering, chemical weathering, mechanical weathering, these all things. Okay, and now we are going to learn in the exogenetic process, that is part 2. Now let us see what is there in this exogenetic process. Exogenetic process. We have learned in the previous lesson that the Earth's surface wears away because of erosion. The eroded material gets carried away by agents. When the speed of the agent reduces, the materials get deposited. The agents like running water, river, that is glaciers, wind, sea waves, and groundwater do the work of erosion, transportation, and deposition. Erosion means eroding, transportation means carrying away from one place, and deposition means again storing. Because of these agents, the Earth's surface keeps on undergoing changes and new landforms are formed. We will study some of these landforms in this lesson. Work of rivers and landforms. How will you differentiate between a rill, gully, stream, and a river? What is a river? Running water flows naturally in a direction according to gravity along the slope and makes its own way. This is called a flow of water. When many such flows of water come together, a river is formed. The slope of land, the type of rock, volume of water flowing in the river, and the length of the flow, volume of sediments in the river, etc., are the factors on which the erosional, transportational, and depositional work of the rivers depend. Erosional work of rivers. The rivers originate at a much higher altitude from the sea level. Here, the river flows at a great speed and therefore its power to erode is great. The river bed and the river banks get eroded because of the fast flow of water, sand particles, pebbles, etc., and the various tributaries joining the main river. All these lead to the formation of gorges, canyons, V-shaped valleys, and waterfalls. Transportation and deposition by rivers. A river flows down the slope from a hilly region. At the foothills, the change in the slope causes deposition of coarse sediments. As these are deposited in a triangular shape, they form an alluvial fan. As the steepness of the slope decreases and the transporting capacity of the river reduces, it starts flowing slowly. It bends, meanders, often in its way in an effort to cross even small obstacles. By the time the river reaches the sea, its riverbed becomes very wide and its speed becomes very slow. The sediments of the river get deposited in its bed and on its banks. The factors that determine the deposition of sediments are the length of the rivers, volume of water, amount of sediments, and the slope of the river and the earth's surface. Thus, landforms like flood leaves, floodplains, and deltas are formed because of deposition of sediments. See figure 4.1. You can see flood leaves and floodplains. You can see that. You can see the diagram. In that you can see the floodplains are straight plains. Flood leaves, you can see the it is in size. A river, again flood leaves, and then again floodplains. Plain is plain, and leaves means it gives shape like no. So flood leaves and floodplain. Try to understand the formation of landforms like gorges, V-shaped valley. Okay. Waterfalls, alluvial fans, meanders, flood leaves, floodplains, and deltas with the help of teachers. We shall see in yes, you can see the V-shaped valleys are there. Okay, you can see the V-shaped valley. V-shaped valley, and this is what is a it flows. That is called V-shaped valley. This is the delta. You can see the deltas are formed. This is called the delta. Then you have the alluvial fan. You can see the it is like a fan. Okay, alluvial fan. And then flood leaves and flood plains. Okay, flood leaves are there and flood plains are there. Okay, this is plain and this is the leaves. Okay, then here we have seen the canyons. Okay, see the big this one is there and there is a canyons. Here you can see meandering of a river. Meandering means like that, no, snake shape it is going. You can see meandering of the river. Okay, this is what is the thing which is given over here. Work of glaciers and landforms. In regions where the temperatures are generally below freezing point, precipitation is in the form of snowfall. Layers of snow accumulate on the Earth's surface because of snowfall. The heavy weight of these overlying layers makes the snow move along the slope. At the base of the layer, the snow starts melting because of the friction and the pressure from above. Glacier starts moving slowly along the slope. Like the river, a glacier too carries out the work of erosion, transportation, and deposition. Erosional work of glaciers. Though its velocity is less, the mass of the ice is more, and hence the glacier erodes its own banks and its bed on a large scale. The erosional work of glaciers produces landforms like kirks, artes, horns, U-shaped valleys, hanging valleys, and rock mountains or sheepbacks. Transportation and deposition by glaciers. The glaciers carry sediments with them. These sediments are called moraines. Depending on the location of the deposits, moraines can be divided into 4 types: ground moraines, lateral moraines, medial moraines, and terminal moraines. Observe figure 4.2. The depositional work of glacier produces landforms like drumlines, eskers, etc. Try to understand the various landforms produced by the work of glaciers with the help of your teacher. You can see the kirks and horn. You can see the horn. Okay, this is called the horn, and this is called the kirks. The gap is between there. No, you can see the big. It is impression is inside. That is, and glacier bed. You can see here the flow of a river. You can see here this is a glacier bed. It is the lateral moraine. Okay, lateral moraine, Mediterranean moraine. This is the terminal moraine. Lateral moraines from where it starts, the middle moraine, and the terminal. Term means termination, means terminating means ending. Ending moraine. You can see that U-shaped valley. First we saw the V-shaped valley. Now this is a U-shaped valley. Okay. Then we have lateral and medial moraines. Lateral and medial moraine. You can see the medial moraine. This is a medial moraine. Okay. This is the middle. Okay. This is the lateral moraine. Okay. Lateral moraine is medial moraine. Then we have the drum lines. You can see the drum lines like that. Drum line. You can see the Roche mountains. The mountains. Here you can see the hanging valley. This is the hanging valley. You can see. This is the valley is there. This is the mountain. You can see there. You can see the mountain over there. This is the hanging valley which is there. No, like that hanging valley. Then you see the eskers. Another gaps are there between. Ground moraines. Glaciers. Now this is the work of the winds and the landforms produced. We shall see in the next lesson. Okay.